You know, next event we can change it up and we can come back and grab some points. Now that there's not a lot of events left, every single game, the pressure's even higher on these guys.
And that is going to be in their minds as well. They will know that this might be their last chance to actually get towards playoffs. And we can see games now loaded up. We are going to get into this shortly. Thank you for bearing with us. I hope that we were able to keep you somewhat entertained with our insight.
Only talked about breakfast once as well.
Yeah, we didn't mention breakfast.
And we won't. We'll keep you waiting for that one because that's obviously what everyone's tuning in for. But we're looking forward to getting into this game. And as soon as we can, you can see it looks like the players are finally ready. The headsets are going on. And it is time for our next semi-final. So we're going to get this one kicked off. Dan, what are your thoughts on how this one's going to go?
I'm so excited to see what ABOAZZA has to offer. I was extremely impressed with his persistence yesterday in sticking to his game plan. And if he can do more of the same, he should be able to at least upset Levy here. But Levy's beautiful football, his way of approaching the game is going to be phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be an intriguing battle, this one. And a reminder to everyone at home, this is our second semi-final on the Xbox bracket. The winner, obviously, of our first one was the man himself, F2 Tex. So the winner of this game will have the opportunity to go up against him and have the chance to take down the current champ. But it is going to be Levy now playing in the yellow kit, shooting from right to left, and we're going to see a switch of the play early on, bringing Marcelo into play.
And that's the simple stuff that you've got to do as well if you're playing a game of FIFA. Just switch the play, recognize where your opponent is going to be defending, which areas they're pressing, and trying to open up a little bit more space. It didn't work out too much, but at least he's regained possession here.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there with Rafael Varane giving the ball away early. Little misplaced pass, and now it's going to be Levy coming forward. And once again, this beautiful passing almost results in the first goal of the game. But what it does result in is a huge save at that near post.
And of course, the man from Netherlands just really showing us why everyone was appreciating his beautiful football. I'm so impressed with him. It's the pass and move game, Mark. It looks simple, but it's very difficult to actually achieve in FIFA 19. You can't always play pass and move, pass and move, pass and move because of defensive midfielders who often cut the passing lanes. They get in the way.
And I want to talk about the impact of a simple skill move like that after you've had 4 or 5 consecutive passes, because as a defending player, all that comes into your head now is, where's the next pass coming? And you kind of try and cut the passing lane. You commit slightly too early. And a simple skill move like a scoop turn there, that can completely open up the play for you.
Yeah, you've got to have something in your back pocket. You've got to be prepared to pull out one of the skill moves that you're comfortable with, but you've also got to recognize the situation you're in. Which skill move is going to be the perfect situation?
Well, Vieira almost managed to squeeze the ball through to Neymar, and it looks like Levy's had the better of the two players as far as possession and chance creation is concerned, but only 10 minutes into this game, of course. And now it's going to be ABOAZZA with the ball. And for his first time to really sort of formulate some sort of attack here.
Yeah, and it's difficult because you can see how Levy, even though we notice how he's beautiful when he's attacking, his defensive play is very strong as well. A nice offside trap there as well to make sure it's not going to be an easy through ball from ABOAZZA. So he's very switched on at the back.
Here's Marcelo then going forward down that left-hand side. Hullet now back to Marcelo. ABOAZZA very patient in his build-up. Be interesting to see if he does opt to go down the line here and maybe whip in a cross of his own. Instead comes back inside now with Marcelo. And here is N'Golo Kante, the player that we were focusing on. Interesting selection in that central midfield position. Mbappe now, twisting and turning. That's a beautiful ball around the corner. There is that scoop turn. Ronaldo might have had the chance to hit it there, but just showed too much of it to Ruud Gullit, and now Levy can bring it away.
It's sometimes when you've already kind of made that third turn, and you notice you had that space, but it's just too late. You've already put that input onto your controller. It's frustrating, but at least the positive is he knows he does have the ability to actually beat that first man.
Here's Lionel Messi then for Levy. He's looked good every time he's gone forward so far in this tournament. He's looking pretty good again. Mbappe almost dropped the shoulder there. Vieira finds Ronaldo. He's battling inside the box. It's fallen to Mbappe, but maybe just one too many in that situation. A clear sight of goal. And Levy deciding not to pull the trigger there.
It's one of those where you hope and you know if you're able to make that pass across goal, it's going to be a guaranteed one. It's going to be easy to slot that one away. But of course, in hindsight, it does look like it might have been better just to take a whack at it. But it's about reaction times. It's about recognizing when you're able to receive that ball in situations where maybe you didn't think you were going to. So it's very difficult to analyze the situation quickly.
And he's looking so silky going forward at the moment, Levy. Every time he's getting that ball and going forward, it's very direct. It's very pass-orientated, and he's always direct with the passes as well. Hullet now on the edge of the box, might have a chance to strike it. No surprise there to see the little ball into Messi, looking for the return pass to Hullet. But ABOAZZA switched on there. And make sure that he got that tackle in just in the nick of time.
Levy really is one of the best players that I've seen at this tournament of using the kind of LB and RB or L1 and R1 to try and bring players towards him and send players away from him. Most of the pro players, if not all of the pro players, know how that works, of course. However, your average FIFA player might not realize that you can really dominate possession and generate some fantastic attacks by doing so.
Well, here's Eusebio then for ABOAZZA going forward. That's a beautiful little drop of the shoulder from Ronaldo. Played out wide now to Mbappe, looking for an opportunity to shoot. Oh, and it's Hullet who actually gives the ball away here after making that initial tackle. Mbappe now, bit of space for Kante. Scoop turn around the corner. Marcelo, though, on his fellow Brazilian, makes the tackle. Now it's going to be Levy on the break. Well, it comes back in to make that tackle. Varane now in that right-back position. He's kind of become almost the go-to for a lot of players. That team of the year, Rafael Varane, obviously in there for his height, for his jumping ability. Much like this man, Cristiano Ronaldo, El Tornado just picked off at the last second. A pinky toe from Sergio Ramos, just as he looked like he was getting ready to set up for that volley.
Quite a few players trying that in this tournament. Of course, El Tornado's shots were very prominent in the early meta, and then the nerfs came through and it changed a little bit. However, if you can time it green, there is still that opportunity of banging them in.
Here's Vieira then, good tackle there by Varane, just as it looked like he was about to pick out a pass, one of those penetrative passes into one of those forward players. No real big chances apart from that one early on, really, for Levy right at the start of the game to speak of so far. But Eusebio might try and change that now for ABOAZZA. Finds the ball inside to Neymar. There's plenty of space in front of him. Forces a save out to Gea. Eusebio on the follow-up, heel to heel. Nice tight dribbling again. Neymar trying to fight his way through 3 or 4 defenders here. Keeps the ball well. Finally, Ruud Gullit makes that tackle. There's just bodies in the way here for Levy that's doing the defensive work, and now he comes away once more with CR7. And
there's always going to be bodies in the way, and it's so important to be effective with those drag backs. You can see in the box how important they are, how they manage you to beat that first man and beat that second man as well. So if you are sat at home and you're wondering, what do I need to improve myself as a FIFA player? Get used to drag backs, know when to utilize them, because it really can turn you from a good player to a great one.
Certainly one of the most effective and simple skill moves in the game. So many different options with it as well. It's not the full drag back. You can obviously change direction. You can kind of do the half drag back as well, where you can add a scoop turn on the end of it just as the defender kind of commits towards that tackle. But there is the halftime whistle. No goals to speak of so far. We said this one was going to be tight, Dan. And at the end of the first half of the first leg, it's kind of going the way we thought it might.
Both players are going at one another, though. It's not like they're just kind of sitting back and trying to deprive the other of the possession. Instead, they are actually attacking. They're just really struggling to get through some solid defensive work from both players. I think both of them are using their fullbacks great, just pulling them out of position, going in for those manual tackles, but also knowing when to switch off of them and when to switch to a centre-back or to your central defensive midfielder. It really is a lesson in defending here.
Well, it's Levy from the restart here. He's going to be looking for the first opportunity, and Neymar's got some space to drag back, and the finish! There it is. Levy takes the lead. And again, his composure inside that 18-yard box is absolutely superb.
Drag back City. As I said, it's so important when you're inside the box. Look at how he just fools that man, and he's able to slot it away. Decent finish from him. And that's the goal that he has been desperately searching for. We haven't had too many shots on target, but when you're presented with an opportunity like that, you know full well Neymar is going to slot that one home.
Now ABOAZZA down by 1, has the opportunity to go forward from the restart himself here. See if he can take advantage of the situation. Kante now gives the ball away, though. Well defended there by Levy, and he'll be happy to come away with the ball from the restart.
We could potentially have an Xbox final of 99th versus 1st, which is just absolutely insane. With a difference, by the way, of what, 7,000 in terms of Global Series rankings? And that just shows if you can play well at a tournament, if you can play well on the day, anyone can do it. Anyone can achieve it if they're good enough.
So then ABOAZZA with a croqueta to get a bit of space. Neymar, a little bit of physicality there, but not enough to knock the Brazilian off of his feet. It looked a little bit dangerous there, just as he was getting towards the 18-yard box. I've already seen a lot of penalties given away in this tournament. Mr. Ramos, again.
It's silly Ramos. I think it's, what, 5 out of 6 penalties has been because of Sergio Ramos. I don't know what it is. As we said, maybe a hidden trait for him. But just watch how Levy is really utilising the kind of pass and move game here. Using both LB and RB to bring players and send players away.
It's beautiful again. The drag back's created the space. It's the second one from Mbappe. And again, it is absolutely wonderful from Levy. This man, he's an artist in front of goal.
Levy deserves a bevy for that drag back. Very impressive stuff. And I don't want to say Lev, I don't want to get him confused with Lev Binken, who also offers incredible football, and of course a big fan of Levy as well. I can see him in the crowd just getting hyped up whenever he sees him score a goal, and it's always good to have support, I feel. It's amazing as a player if you can look up from your console and see people spurring you on, and to be fair, you can say the same with ABOAZZA. There is people in the crowd who are wanting him to succeed, and that's going to help you mentally, I feel.
I mean, every time that Levy's getting the ball inside the 18-yard box, I'm just sitting there with bated breath, excited to see what he's about to do with the ball. And for a defender, that must be horrible to have to think about, to put yourself in that situation. How does ABOAZZA combat what has been incredible close dribbling and chance creation coming out of Levy?
And one of the best ways is, well, good manual defending. If you do allow the AI to just step off, sometimes they are going to be vulnerable to a drag back. Sometimes you do have to just dive in, but there is always that risk of giving away a penalty. So it's one of those situations where you feel like you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't. But that's going to be a 2-0 lead now for Levy. And maybe he's going to start and stick it into cruise control now.
ABOAZZA, 2 goals down at the moment. Remember, we do have a second leg to come as well. Maybe some time to have a little bit of a think about how he wants to approach that. Of course, lots of time left in this one as well. 2 goal leads. We know all about them. They're kind of cursed. But obviously, you would take it if you can get yourself in that position. Might be an opportunity here with half an hour to go on the clock.
Definitely is.
For another one to be added here. Free kick just outside the 18-yard box. Neymar goes direct. And De Gea has to get a hand on it.
And there's always a little bit of me that just wants to see someone hammer one home from a free kick. And it takes a very brave man. And I think Levy is just that man. He's an entertainer. He plays good football. And he also tried to smash that one home.
ABOAZZA then with a chance to counter-attack here. Cristiano Ronaldo in a real battle with Sergio Ramos. And he takes him down finally. The ex-Real Madrid man against the Real Madrid captain. No love lost there, I'm sure. Now ABOAZZA with the chance. He's managed to get Mbappe in behind Ramos now. Goal here would be huge in the context of the tie. Hullet. Back to Kante. Little run inside from Mbappe. Oh, and it's just on to hit the pass. And now the counter-attack opportunity is here for Lev.
Yeah, there's not many red shirts back, but as soon as you say that, you see the absolute speed from everyone else just joining the defence. But it's Messi on the right-hand side here.
Puts it in towards the back post. It's a free header and it struck the post. The ball falls inside the 6-yard box as well. Big chance there for Neymar. Mbappe can't get round Ferdinand, but that might have been the chance.
I'm going to be honest.
To almost seal that.
That could have been the game right there. 3-0. Levy playing like he looks so comfortable, playing like he's in a Swiss game, not in a console semi-final. At 3-0, he really would have been in cruise control.
And will that missed chance come back to bite him in this game? Ronaldo now tries to fire the ball in. Rather speculatively in towards the striker there, and that's a risky ball there, and it's given the ball away. Ferdinand manages to get the ball back, though, and that was an important tackle there.
And there's going to be more chances for ABOAZZA. I believe he switched up his formation where he's playing maybe a 4-2-2 or a 4-4-2 because he's having 4 players just all attacking together with the 2 strikers linking up. And that means Levy has to be very careful when he's playing out from his defence.
Here's Ronaldo now. Another drag back from him. Neymar in all sorts of space. Pumps it towards the back post. And Lionel Messi rises highest. Look at the reaction from Levy as well. He knows how important that goal is in the context of this tie.
I don't know how many tournaments I have to say it. Why is Marcelo at left back? He is so vulnerable to those headers. It doesn't matter if it's Messi or if it's Ronaldo. He just seems to be using them. And yeah, okay, Marcelo is fantastic going forward. But we've seen some players put Varane and Ramos on the left and right to stop those headers from happening. It's a shame for ABOAZZA. Of course, he's going to feel somewhat frustrated now. 3-0 down. But wow, what a start to this semi-final from Levy.
However, we have seen players in that second leg, Dan, take their foot off the gas sometimes.
We have.
An early goal for ABOAZZA. Maybe another goal here, giving the momentum going into that second leg. This is very much still all to play for, but Levy has been absolutely superb so far in this first leg.
And clean sheets aren't something that we've seen from Levy in this tournament. I mean, if we look at his quarterfinal and his last 16, he only won his games by 1 goal. He has been vulnerable at the back as well, but if he can now keep it tight, keep playing his normal game of football, he should be able to go on. He should be able to be facing Tex in the Xbox final, which would be absolutely phenomenal for the 99th ranked player in the world.
And what a story it would be if he could go that far and maybe go one step further. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. ABOAZZA still got a lot of time on his side here. This is the first leg. Still an entire game of FIFA 19 to right the wrongs of this one. Eusebio fresh on the pitch now. I believe that Lionel Messi, the goal scorer, has just been removed from play. But I mean, this man has impressed everyone at the tournament here in Singapore. The way that he has approached the game, the way that he has scored his goals,
I think
the
that's
way
the
that
key
he's
thing.
entertained as well, Dan.
Yeah, it's the entertainment. It's about not just winning games, but winning them in style, winning them in a fashion where he's showing what he's made of.
Neymar now with the Cruyff turn. Close attention to the defender there. Managed to get the ball, but you almost feel something's going to happen every time that he plays it inside the box.
It's because of his just quick passing style, the pass and move, and utilising the LB to make those runs, that it just means that ABOAZZA is really struggling to keep up with the pace of the action. Even though ABOAZZA is a phenomenal player,
that's a hell of a ball,
struggling.
though. That's a hell of a ball, and it might be a hell of a finish as well. It is.
Oh, nice
the offside
finish.
trap was played. ABOAZZA spied it and timed that through ball. And Neymar with a cheeky little dink over the goalkeeper does get that goal back. Game on.
Those are the type of goals that can really frustrate you. You can see Levy just looking to the heavens because he knows he did play that offside trap. He did allow that lofted through ball to get through there. But a great finish from ABOAZZA, and that is a lifeline in this semi-final tie. And now it's going to be whether he can press on in this first leg.
We'll just wait to see what's happening. It might be a slight technical error on our sides, but we'll get back into the game as soon as we can from that pause menu. But let's talk about the importance of that goal now. Scoring a goal just before the end of the first leg there.
It's so important if we go back to mental game. I mean, if you've played enough FIFA, Mark, and everyone watching has played enough FIFA, if you finish a game, the last thing you think about is the final goal. And he's going to be thinking, well, why did I concede that goal? I could have been 3-0 up going into this. He's going to be looking at his previous results, saying, I haven't really kept many clean sheets through the tournament. I could have been 3-0 in the first leg and cruising into the second leg. Instead, there's only that 2-goal difference. And how many times do I have to say 2-goal just seems to be that curse? It seems to be that really weird, false sense of security when you go into a second leg.
Yeah, it's kind of that concentration just slips for a moment, and we've talked about it enough now for everyone at home and watching the crowd to probably understand that's where the mistakes happen and that's where goals are conceded. We play with such fine margins in FIFA 19, especially when you have so many talented players all in one place here in Singapore. But I wanted to touch on some of the other games we've got as well today, and some of the other players left in the tournament. Who has impressed you so far? Because before I ask you, I want to put my one name in the hat, and it's someone who we always say we don't talk enough about, and it's Stefano Pina. Stefano Pina, once again, has found his way into a semi-final, and this guy is just phenomenal.
We have some really juicy matchups today, and we have the potential of, if Stefano Pina were to win, him against Houston in a PS4 final. I know,
exciting, isn't it?
It sounds very saucy, very sexy, as I say. But he has to get there first, and I mean, Stefano Pina did struggle a little bit in Atlanta, but he looks more like himself here at this tournament in Singapore. And sometimes you are going to have off tournaments. That's what happens. But that is also the benefit of there being so many tournaments at the moment. And we can go back to the conversations we've seen on Twitter about who's the best player, who's the best FIFA player nowadays. Is it Tex, or are we going to go back to Gorilla when he was in his prime, for example? There's so many tournaments now. If you have that one-off tournament, you get the chance to make up for it.
And you can see the bracket here, and you can see on the left-hand side the PlayStation 4 players that we have left in the tournament fighting for a spot to take on FIFA Houston there, M10 Houston. And on the other side, Xbox, of course, being represented, and Mr. Tex, not a surprise there to see him finding his way through here and waiting to know who his opponent will be from these two players, Dan. But, I mean, let's talk about this game again, because we are coming towards the end of the first leg here, and hopefully we can get back into it as soon as possible for everyone at home who might just be joining us. But what's ABOAZZA got to change here? Because so far he has kind of been outplayed a little bit.
Yeah, I think to put it simply, I feel like he's just been a little bit outplayed. He's not looked too comfortable, and you know what? He's got to have that plan B. He's got to have a backup for him. And I think the one goal is going to be such a lifeline for him that now he can actually say, all right, well, I've got a chance here. I'm not struggling as much as I thought I was.
Well, good news, everybody. We're back into the game. We've only got a few minutes to go here, and that goal for ABOAZZA might be vital in the context of this tie. 2 goals the difference between the 2 players now, as they both strive for a place in our Xbox Grand Final. Neymar, though, coming forward now for Lev. Finds Hullet. Eusebio tries to find that ball back into Hullet. Finds him, and just in the nick of time, Paolo Maldini makes that tackle.
And it's how he always finds those balls as well. He's always looking for that one extra ball into the box. Sometimes they're risky passes, but he goes for them, and that's why he succeeds. He takes risks with his pass.
Oh, that was almost a great ball in. It just kind of split the 2 attackers, unfortunately, there for ABOAZZA. There might have been an opportunity there to squeak a goal just in added time here at the end of our first leg. Ramos now going forward, and maybe Levy might have a chance to go forward and restore that 3-goal lead that he's had for the majority of this game. Eusebio gets it into Ronaldo. Here's Neymar. Oh. This is where he's dangerous. Ronaldo might just get beat into the ball there, but he gets a tackle in to get it back. Will the linesman's flag go up here? It didn't. And Levy's keeping the pressure on. Neymar now. Oh, and he just showed too much of it to the defender, Eusebio. Referee won't blow his whistle. Neymar with the chance to strike, and I think finally that will be the end of the game. 3-1 to that man on your screen. What a performance from him in our first leg.
I mean, the referee gave him every chance.
He really did.
A 3-goal cushion there at the end, but Levy just not able to beat that final man. But you could see the silky moves in the box just there.
And this time it will be ABOAZZA who's playing in the green. And it will be Levy who's shooting from a left to right now with possession. Vieira comes forward. A great early start here. Nice passing play again, as we would expect. And again, just timing these passes just as ABOAZZA is sort of lunging into tackles Neymar. But there's a tackle from ABOAZZA, timed absolutely to perfection by N'Golo Kante. And now he can start moving forward himself, and it does look like he might be starting with 2 men up top here, Dan.
It's crazy. It almost seems like Levy sees the passes before they actually come about. It's like he can see into the future. He knows which runs his player's going to make. Maybe he's that familiar now with this team that he's been using at this tournament. He's just expecting certain players to be in certain positions because the pass and move game from him is phenomenal.
And as you say that, he makes a misplaced pass.
It's
so
phenomenal.
Thank you, Dan. There it is. To be expected. Commentator's curse coming into fruition once again. Now ABOAZZA has the chance to move forward here. Marcelo on the left-hand side, little ball roll. Kante round the corner, great ball now into Mbappe. Drag back just a little bit too early there, just showed a bit too much of the ball to Marcelo.
But it was good prediction from Levy. He knew that the drag back was going to come in, so that's why he attacked the back of the player with Marcelo and said, look, if you are going to drag back, you're just going to be going straight into me. And unfortunately for ABOAZZA, he was read like a book there. It means that Levy can now just go straight up the other end with an attack.
Here's Mbappe then. You can see Messi's just waiting for that ball in. He gets the pass from Hullet. Returns it to the Dutchman. Great passing again. Mbappe, beautiful fake shot around the corner. Looks for the croqueta, can't get past one, but the drag back's going to be effective. Oh, he just manages to scramble the ball away there. ABOAZZA, but from the resulting corner now, Messi might have the chance to whip this in. Neymar. Vieira. Back to goal and decides to recycle here. Smart play this from Levy. I like this, making sure these players get back into that defensive shape.
And it kills a little bit of time as well. I know it's very early in this second leg, but still, every second is going to count. He noticed there were 7 green shirts coming towards him. It was a risk to play a ball, and he's not going to take as many risks now, I feel, in this second leg. Now he does have the lead, and he has the advantage, because if he plays a smart game, he is going to win this tie. That is without a doubt. However, if he makes mistakes, then that's when there's going to be chances for ABOAZZA.
Messi now, the little magician, looking to make a spell, but what a ball that is. And again, a chance to hit it, not taken. Mbappe turns, Neymar turns, everyone's having a touch. Neymar can't find the final pass, though. And maybe there, another opportunity to Levy to just have a striker go in that position.
And yeah, okay, he didn't have the strike, and it was a chance. But oh my goodness, again, he's just so unpredictable. He is the most similar, attacking-wise, that I've seen, similar to Tex, if I'm honest. You don't know what he's going to do in the box, and that is terrifying if you're defending.
He's on the attack once more and decides to go back to Marcelo to recycle the play. Ronaldo now, look at Hullet, just waiting for that ball in the centre of the pitch. The dynamic duo, Vieira and Hullet, in action once again in that central midfield position. Marcelo using Mbappe. Good defending here by ABOAZZA, not getting too frustrated with the situation, but here are the passing plays again, and we tried to squeeze it through to Lionel Messi. But he gets it almost immediately back, and that's what I mean about the concentration, Dan.
He is so focused, and you have to be to play a style like Levy is actually playing. You have to be reading the game so quickly, expecting every single defensive movement, knowing where you want to pass the ball, having a backup plan for if that first plan isn't going to be executed. It really is impressive stuff from Levy at the moment.
ABOAZZA's doing well to keep his concentration, though. Messi, here's the quick passing once again. Ronaldo to Messi, round the corner, tries to get it back onto his left foot. Maybe just slightly telegraph that. Let the defender get back into position to make the tackle, and you have to give huge amounts of credit here to ABOAZZA for the way that he has defended what has been some superb, slick football going forward from Levy.
Levy does have to be careful with his offside trap, though. He is popping it every now and then.
There's the goal! There is the goal for ABOAZZA out of nothing. Now it's just a one-goal game, and for all that we've been praising Levy going forward, one attack here for ABOAZZA has now changed everything.
And it was from that offside trap. He played the offside trap, the defenders came forward, and then they were slightly out of position, which just allowed ABOAZZA to be able to smash that one home from outside the box. ABOAZZA has a lot more going forward now because of the 4-2-2. Ronaldo and Eusebio just linking up, just waiting. And sometimes you do have to take risks like that. You do have to just try a shot from outside the box, especially when you're being frustrated by your opponent, which is what ABOAZZA has had to face. He's been on the back foot for the entirety of this first 30 minutes. But if you can take chances like that, then there is always going to be the possibility of you getting back into this game. And now we really do have a semi-final tie on our hands.
We do. One goal the difference between the two players, and the level of player that we have here in Singapore, it does just take one chance for them to score a goal. The left-footed strike found the top corner. David De Gea could do nothing about that whatsoever. Eusebio, the man who gets on the score sheet, and you have to say now the pressure kind of goes back onto Levy. He's been dominating possession. He's been playing the ball beautifully, not maybe shooting on sight when he has had the option. And maybe if he gets into one of those positions again, he will unleash a strike.
And maybe he'll learn a little something there from ABOAZZA. That's not kind of a traditional goal that you might see every single day, but they do go in with these incredible foot items. I mean, Eusebio prime icon moments, he does have the ability to do that. And with some of the foot items that maybe these players use at home, they wouldn't be able to do that. However, they get treated to these players at these tournaments. You do just have to take the risks now and then.
That's a beautiful ball in behind, and Hullet had to get his skates on there to make sure that he got in position to intercept the ball. Messi, that's a slightly risky ball across there, but Marcelo got up, won that header. Now Levy's coming forward, but the 4-2-2 certainly has been more effective for ABOAZZA. He's had a lot more defending to do, had to use those CDMs as effectively as possible, and there you go. Hullet snapping in to win the ball back. Now he can go forward, and more options to go forward now with those players striding up the pitch.
And he's not only getting more options to go forward because of the 4-2-2, but because of how he's defending. He's being very successful with how he's actually trying to contain Levy's attack. He knows he's unpredictable. He knows he's going to be pulling out skill moves. So instead of just sitting and watching and waiting for Levy to do something, he's taking it to him, and he is diving in with a couple of tackles. He's pressing a little bit more, and it is working out for him.
Slight misplay there. Means that the ball will go back into the hands of David De Gea here for Levy. Having won it back there, ABOAZZA. Building from the back here, no surprise to see that. Just playing that possession style of football. And one thing that's impressing me so much is the timing of these passes coming in from Levy, Dan.
Yeah, he just, like I said, it's almost like he sees into the future. He's just watching and he's expecting his players to be in this. And his reaction times are unreal. He really does read the game fantastically. But it's all well and good reading the game. You've got to be careful at the back.
Big save there from De Gea. And that was a lovely passing play there that time from ABOAZZA, showing that he's got it in his locker as well to carve open a defence. And as we go into half-time here, at the end of our second leg, one goal separates these two players. And if there's one man who's been able to scrape out wins by one goal, so far in the tournament, it has been ABOAZZA, but look at that possession, 68% for Levy. There's not much you can do, to be honest with you, if you haven't got the ball.
But he needs to pull the trigger. Even though it's beautiful, and I can appreciate all the pass and move play, he has had opportunities, and he will know he's had opportunities to actually have a couple of strikes on goal. But he's always been looking for that extra pass, which is great, because if he was to find that extra pass, it's probably a guaranteed goal.
Yeah.
However, he's got to look at the scoreline now. He's only 1 goal ahead, and how many times have we seen in this tournament, in previous tournaments in FIFA 19, the dominant player of possession just not able to grind out the victory because of just a counter-attack that they get hits on.
So Eusebio on the pitch then for Lionel Messi. Neymar now with a bit of space there. The offside trap that time played by Levy, trying to push up the pitch and put some pressure on. Good tackle by Rio Ferdinand. Will find Ramos, and now he can come forward, but this really is set up beautifully now, Dan. It has been a real clash of styles here. You've had the possession-based, beautiful, flowing, passing play of Levy against the mental strength of ABOAZZA and the ability to take that chance when it came. And it's going to be interesting to see. I really feel like the next, not even opportunity in the game, the next chance to strike on goal could be a big factor.
And it's whether Levy is going to actually, like, maybe change his play style a little bit. Maybe he'll stay persistent. Maybe he'll keep looking for that extra pass, because surely one of them's going to come through.
Neymar now inside the box. That extra pass has been found. Oh, it's beautiful from Neymar. It is superb from Neymar, and it is superb from Levy.
He's just so persistent. He wants to play the game how he has been taught how to play the game, and it is absolutely phenomenal to watch. And now he's got that 2-goal cushion once again, and ABOAZZA is going to have to answer back. But, I mean, it's just a treat to watch what this man can do, and it's the drag back with Neymar. Neymar, one of the best, if not the best foot item in the game for skill moves and close dribbling. That's what you can do.
Absolute artistry now coming in, and I think you summed it up perfectly, Dan. It has been an absolute treat to watch the way that Levy has approached this tournament, the way that he's played. And not only the way he's played, the fact that he's winning games doing it as well. Really is exciting to see a player like him come into the fore in such a tournament. And now with a 2-goal lead, he can relax just for a moment. Now he's got at least one mistake that he can make in this game.
I feel like it is worth mentioning, though, the defensive ability of ABOAZZA and how well he's contained Levy for this game, because I mean, if Levy was going up against me, for example, we would be like 16-0 up by this point. Like, in the box, it is unreal what he is able to do with the football. Whereas ABOAZZA has stopped him in so many of those opportunities, whether it's just cutting those passing lanes or whether it's diving in with a tackle, he has been very effective. It's just he hasn't been able to find as many counter-attacking opportunities as he would have liked.
And Levy with the possession of the ball, excuse me, once again, 68% possession in that first half of our second leg here. If he can recreate that, there's not going to be much of a chance, really, for ABOAZZA to go forward and create the 2 opportunities that he needs to at least send this one to extra time down. And now we're into the last half hour where he's maybe got to think about changing the pressure of his team, pushing that line up a little bit higher.
Yeah, and I think we probably will see, of course, with the pause coming through, we might see like a 3-5-2 or something crazy like that. I say crazy, it's not like it's that crazy after what we've seen in this tournament, but in comparison to how ABOAZZA usually plays, I feel like he has to throw everything forward now. He has to take every risk possible and really pressure Levy, not allow him to have the possession that he's got at the moment.
Ronaldo will just be forced out of play there.
I think it might have been a free kick or even a corner there, and you could see ABOAZZA was not happy about it. He thought he would have won possession back and had a goal kick, but here we go. It's going to be pushing everything forward now for ABOAZZA.
It's no surprise to see at this point, Dan. As you say, we're inside the last 30 in-game minutes. Now he's down by 2 goals. He has to at least put pressure onto Levy when he has possession and try and nick that ball back. Because as I say, if the possession stats are the same as they were in the first half of this second leg, he's just simply not going to have the time on the ball to even create 2 opportunities.
And it was a free kick that was given to Levy as well, and you can just play this one short and then try and think it to the back post if you want, but ABOAZZA pressuring, well, that's what he needs to do. He needs to get stuck in those situations and not allow it to be any sort of easy pass for Levy, because that's when Levy thrives, when he's given space, when he's given time, because he reads the game so well.
Neymar's managed to just about get round the attentions of Raphael Varane there, but the Frenchman came back in and put some pressure on him. ABOAZZA then, 2 goals needed to send this to extra time. Mbappe finds an opportunity for a strike there for Cristiano Ronaldo, and that couldn't have been closer. But look at the space now on this left-hand side for Kylian Mbappe. The young Frenchman has the chance to finish this off into Neymar. Oh, we win for the extra drag back again.
And he could have smashed it with Mbappe, but he was trying to stick to what he knows, stick to what's worked, and it was almost there. But that means that ABOAZZA is still alive in this semi-final. He just needs a goal. He just needs one chance to get back into things.
And is this going to be something that Levy regrets? It's Neymar.
Oh!
He's dropped inside the box. It's Sergio Ramos once more.
What?
He can't believe it, but it is a penalty here, and there's still time on the
Can
clock
do.
here for ABOAZZA to make the comeback.
Just run it, Sergio Ramos. Apparently, he gives away every penalty.
Neymar then for ABOAZZA to bring this to within one goal.
Right?
There it is. One goal the difference between the two players. And we are set up for a grandstand finish here.
And that's such a shame for Levy as well, because for all his domination, all of his possession, all of his fancy footwork in the box, now it comes down to such a tense 15 minutes. And it doesn't matter what kind of FIFA player you are always going to be nervous every time your opposition's attacking when they're only a goal behind with this little time left. And it is really going to make or break this tournament for Levy. Can he hold on? Can he show the composure of a champion?
Question for me, Dan, is we've seen the flair, we've seen the ability. Does he have the steel to grind out this last 15 minutes? Because that's kind of something that some players have and some players quite simply just don't.
It's about being confident in your possession-based football. Can you keep the ball for 15 minutes? The answer is yes, it is possible, albeit very difficult in FIFA 19 with the pressing ability that your opposition can offer. But if you're good enough, if you read the game successfully, you can really stop your opponent from having a chance in these last 15 minutes. So this is going to be a true test for Levy here, but
Messi's got the ball back straight away, though. Perfect situation here from the restart. Neymar will just be caught offside there. You can see the frustration on the face of ABOAZZA, knowing that he saw that run and he just played that ball a little bit too late, because he knows time is dwindling down for him now. He needs to make the most of every opportunity, and when he is committing more players forward, there's going to be more space for Levy to do what he does best. Neymar across to Hullet. Oh, big tackle from Marcelo.
And the thing is, if he just goes at ABOAZZA, if he tries to take these opportunities, ABOAZZA is going to have counterattacks. He is going to have chances on goal. He just needs to actually make it count. You can see he's slowing down the play, though. He's not rushing. This is good from ABOAZZA. Some players, they'll do too much in these situations.
Didn't green it.
Oh, and you saw Levy just look to the skies as he finally gets possession back, and it's going to be a little bit of time management here, as he is so close.
You just have to wonder, Dan, if he hits that green, is the result different?
That's not good enough. You can't just hoof the ball at the other end of the pitch and give away possession. Yeah, okay, you're not giving it away in your own half, but surely you can offer something better from there.
So then ABOAZZA gifted possession back from that wayward kick from De Gea. ABOAZZA has stayed in this game. Mbappe's trying to beat Ramos to the ball. De Gea will again send this one long. This time it will find the feet of one of Levy's players, but ABOAZZA again comes forward now. Kante to Mbappe, it's through to Neymar. Neymar strikes, it's deflected. Oh, it's just wide of the upright. Corner.
What's he got from the training ground in the corner then? We're going to see offering short. El Tornado, is he just going to dink it front post?
Ball into the box. Oh, safe hands.
Hello?
De Gea, shake of the head.
Hi.
From ABOAZZA. Look to the heavens from Levy. He knows now the game is in his hands. If he doesn't make a mistake, he will find his way into the Xbox Grand Finals.
Oh, but that's going to be a little mistake, just trying to play the pass and move. One last attack maybe for ABOAZZA to make something of this semi-final.
Oh, and he gets dropped there.
Free
set piece here in added on time.
Last
And
chance.
that's scary.
Neymar stands over it. ABOAZZA needs to make this count in towards the front post. Hullet gets up. A huge header in this situation. And now we can just bring the ball away, Levy. He's striding forward now with Neymar. Does he try and put the icing on the cake? Ronaldo gets there. And I think that might be it. Levy, what a performance in our semi-finals. He lets out a roar.
GG.
You can see how much that means to him. He will be in our Xbox Grand Finals.
99th in the Global Series rankings, has made an Xbox final where he will